everybody, and welcome to the channel, Crossing a Spiritual Streams. My name is Tandra, and today we're doing our weekend reading. Today's reading is going to be a little different. I decided I wanted to try something new today. I do that every once in a while. And today's reading is just going to be a charms reading. I've never done that before. I've always used charms to enhance my tarot readings, but I've never done a charms reading by itself. And I would like to see how that would turn out, and what kind of messages might come through, or what kinds of things we might say. So we have 3 seashells, and they are full of charms that I randomly picked out of my charms bucket. I just picked them out like I normally would, put them in a seashell and closed them up. So just don't know what random charms are in there, but we'll find out when we get to them. So the first one here has a sapphire kind of stone. The second one has a diamond type of stone. And the third one has a ruby type of stone. So you get to choose between 1, 2, and 3. You can watch them all, watch 2 of them just to see how they come out, whatever you would like to do. But hopefully there'll be some important messages and some cool stuff hidden away into the charms. And so we can take a look and see what that's like. I would love to hear your comments on this video since it is something new and different. I don't think I'll do it very often. But if you guys like it, I would love to know it. And if you don't like it, I would love to know it. So please remember to tell us about it. If you do like the video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Also, if you could share the channel with your friends and family. You can also check us out over on Patreon. You can sign up for as little as $1 a month, or you can just follow us over there if you'd like. But if you do sign up, you get access to exclusive videos every week. And you also have a chance. Right now we are giving away free personalized readings for people who sign up. So just to let you know that that's available to you as well. We are starting to put some videos up on TikTok. Hopefully we can get a regular schedule going. Right now I'm still having a little trouble with that, but hopefully that will kick off soon as well if you want to follow us over there. Alright, all the links to all the places that you might like to go to or see are all down in the description. So we're going to give you some time to decide which particular charms reading you'd like to go to. There are timestamps in the description to go to any of them that you'd like, and we'll see you at your readings. Hello, Pile 1, and welcome to your charms reading. You guys chose the blue stone here. We'll move it over here to the side. We've got your charms here. We're just going to dump them out and see what we got going. Just give me a moment here to organize them and get a chance to see what we're getting out of them. And we'll go from there. Alright, let's see what we got going here. Got some letters. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Well, first of all, you have a 5 and a 7 of cups. Those are a little bit difficult cards in tarot, or can be at times. But they also can symbolize some change. They can symbolize some other things. And one of the things I'm seeing is wish fulfillment and manifestation going on here, bringing forth some of the things that you want to have. And I'll tell you why I think that. First of all, the 7 of Cups is usually symbolized by a bunch of cups up in the air with different things overflowing in them. Sometimes all good things, sometimes a mixture of good and bad. Because sometimes we can manifest some things we don't want as much as things we do. But it's a manifestation card. It's a bringing forth wishes and so forth. And I do believe with some of these other symbols that you are in a period that you can manifest some things that you would like to have. First of all, we have the money bag symbol, which is a really good abundance a really good material success symbol to have. So that's really nice. You also have the magic wand, which is really great for manifestation and bringing forth really good magical things. We also have the Star Kitty, which I see as being magical to a point, or at least being able to tap into some extra special powers that the universe might give you. So I see that there with that as well. Also, the reindeer, it's another wish fulfillment symbol for Christmas, being able to get presents and other things that you want to have. And so forth. And then we also have the shell with the pearl in it, which I often also see as either nice abundance type of things, or bringing forth wishes, or beautiful hidden things that way. So I do see that can be a time for you right now to learn about how to manifest and bring forth the things in abundance and other things that you kind of would like to have in your life. Things like journaling and visualizing and law of attraction and other things like that. Studying up on those techniques and learning how to use them and some other things like that might be something for you to do at the moment, or work on harder, because I do feel like this is a really good time for you to start working on bringing forth some of the things in your life that you would like to have, or see the changes come about in your life that you'd like to see. So that's one thing. We also have the ribbon symbol, and that goes along with that as well, because I see that as hopes and wishes and dreams, because usually when we wear ribbons, we're hoping for a good outcome for a specific group of people, or we are giving our well wishes towards that type of endeavor. So that one kind of goes along with that as well. Now, another thing that's going on in this reading here for you to look into has to do with romance or partnership. We have the two, which is very much a partnership type of number, of course, with twos. You have the Libra symbol, which is the scales, balanced, having two and being balanced and so forth. So I do see, a possibility, partnership going on there. We also have trust and love. So one of the things I saw with the cards over here with the 5 and the 7, like I said, they can be difficult cards, and they're also cups cards, which can also deal with romance. And I believe that maybe in the field of romance, or with romance, you might not be very trusting, or have had some maybe spilt milk type of problems, or trying to explain what I mean by this, but there might have been some things not go quite so well in the romantic or partner developments in your life, and you may have some trouble trusting a partner, or going about and finding love and so forth right now. That is something that, because it showed up in the reading the way it did, that I would feel like now would be a good time to work on that as well. That might also go along with the manifestations we were talking about. That may be the type of thing that you would like to manifest into your life, so they may go very well together. Okay, so that's something for you to think about in this reading. I think is pretty important. We have a few letters here. There's an H, N, and an M. Those could be initials. Those might mean something specific to you. They might also inspire you to think of certain words or other things when they come to mind. I usually let the readers kind of figure that out, unless something comes to mind for me to say as well. I can't think of a lot that comes through. I really do think of initials, but I think of initials in such a way as, how sometimes people with a little bit more money might wear monogrammed like pajamas, or have monogrammed towels or other things. Other people without money might have those things as well, but sometimes it seems common when you see it on TV is people that are a little bit more wealthy have monograms, and that came to mind here. And with the money bag symbol and all, they just kind of balance each other out. So that was just kind of what came to my mind with this. Then we also have the wise owl, which I think kind of goes along with the trusting and the so forth, is that you've learned a lot of lessons. You do have some caution on your side, but you're a lot wiser now, and you should be able to do better with some of your things than what you've done in the past, because you are wiser and you do have more intelligence and things like that. So don't let past experiences keep you from enjoying anything in the future, because those past experiences were good for you to learn certain things. They did make you a lot wiser and so forth. Now, we do have the guitar. Sometimes musical instruments for me, when they show up, symbolize harmony, which you did have, the balance scales and the two and the thing like that. So it could go along with that. But it also, to me, shows a little bit of creativity going on here, and possibly that is something for you to pursue as well. That might not pertain to everybody watching, so that might be just something that if that's for you, you'll get it. And if it's not, then, just ignore it and don't worry about it. Excuse me. The two other symbols here that I wasn't sure exactly how to put them in your reading, but I think that they might mean something to somebody who sees them, is the turtle and the bone. Now, usually when I see bones, I think of toughness, I think of perseverance, I think of holding on to something very tightly. And when I think of the turtles, I think of moving slow and steady with a purpose and so forth. Now, in your reading, those could mean specific things, but in this case, I really do feel like when you see these symbols, you might think of something specific, or something might come to mind for you. So those might be symbols that are actually individualistic for the readings, or individual messages for you guys. So I'm going to let you guys kind of deal with that on your own and go there with it. You can take what I said and go with it, or you can think of your own thing. Well, guys, this was kind of an interesting thing to do. I really enjoyed it. I think I would like to do it in the future some. So if you guys do like these kind of readings once in a while, put that in the description. Let me know what you think. If it's kind of fun just looking at different symbols and seeing different things laid out there for you guys. Don't forget to check us out over on YouTube and Patreon and TikTok and all those places doing various little things. And don't forget to share the channel with your friends and family, and check out our other videos. We do put out 2 videos a week on YouTube and at least 1 a week on Patreon. And then sometimes we have specials as well. We are hopefully going to start putting at least 1 or 2 a week on TikTok when we get up and running on that really good. All right, guys, look forward to seeing you again, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, reading 2. Welcome to your charms reading. You chose the diamond type of stone. Here, we'll put that over here to the side. We're going to get started on your reading here and find out what we have to say. Just give me a few moments to organize them and look at them and see what we got going on here that we might want to tell you guys. All right, let's see. Give me just a moment to get these all kind of... Oh, you guys actually had a lot of cards. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes we don't get any cards. Sometimes we get just 1 or 2, and then other times we get almost a whole reading full of them. Okay, let's see here. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, let me take a look at what these 2 cards are here. The Queen of Hearts and the Jack of Spades. Okay, and then we also have the 3 and 4 of Wands. And then we have the 6 of Hearts and the 9 of Diamonds. Well, one of the first things that's come through in the reading very strongly is traveling, seeing the world. We got the see the world charm right here, and we also have the luxury car, um, moving along and traveling. So I think, and we also have the balloons going up in the air, and I think of being able to look down and see the world that way as well. And also, I think bravery might go along with this as well, because sometimes deciding to do a lot of traveling or going places that you're not used to uh, might take some bravery. Okay, so that is one of the things that I'm seeing in the reading, that either is a suggestion that you do what you can to see the world. If you can't physically get out and do lots of traveling and going lots of places, either because it's expensive or going to certain places is, dangerous or other things like that, there are ways to see the world through the internet and through, documentaries and movies and all kinds of other ways like that. So if one way does not appeal to you, or if it's difficult for you to do, I still think it would be a good idea to maybe do so through the other means that we were discussing, because for some reason the reading wants you to look at the world and see the different parts of it, and look at the things going on in the world, and that's available in the world and things like that. So that is just something for you to keep in mind. It's something for you to do there, and so forth. Oh, goodness. I was painting earlier, and I still keep finding some of the paint everywhere. Okay, so that's one of the things that's coming through in the reading. Another thing that's coming through in the reading is setting up a foundation, or a possible celebration or marriage. We have the 4, and we also have the 4 of Wands. The 4s are very stable numbers. They are very foundational numbers. They are ones that often show up as people either building a foundational life, like I say, getting married. That is a possible celebration and so forth that could happen. Or just building a foundation, like, one of the cards that comes to mind that I have is somebody building a tree house. Up in, a tree, and, building a really good foundation for it so it won't come down and so forth. So that's where, if there is something that you're trying to build in your life, if there, if it's a relationship, if it's a home life, if it's your work or other things, building a good solid foundation right now is important. Also, it's also saying that you are maybe building a good foundation for your life with the actions that you're taking right now, and so forth. Or that a marriage proposal or marriage might be a good idea to do at the moment too. So those are kind of the different little messages going on with the 4s there. Now, we do have a couple of other things that you might need to look at here just a little bit. We do have the snake, which sometimes you can see as deception or as danger or something like that. But I am seeing it in connection with the cross, and it's because the cross is generally a Christian symbol, and the snake was important for Christians because it was the snake that told Eve about the tree of knowledge and so forth. So snakes were kind of tempting, I guess, or kind of, the ruin of mankind, according to Christians, I suppose. But also, if you pay attention to the story in some ways, it's also, snakes are also very intelligent and smart. So I'm bringing the two together here for some reason in this reading, in that I believe you might be having some thoughts about your spirituality, or about what you think about your religion or your spirituality. this happens to most people. If you grew up in a certain faith, you might be questioning it or looking at alternatives or other things. That might be part of where the See the World is coming from, is looking at different other world religions and so forth. Or if that is not what's happening, or if that is not resonating with you at all, or that's not going on in your life, then I see it as spirit itself wanting to show you how much more there is than what you've explored so far. If that makes any sense to you, I hope it does. But that's, kind of what's coming through it in that part of the reading there. We do have Beautiful and the Dragonfly. We also have the really pretty seashell here. Seashells, to me, often symbolize mystery, like the mystery of the ocean and, things coming, rising up from the deep and so forth. Also, any kind of things dealing with the sea or the ocean, to me, are very beautiful. The ocean is very gorgeous. A lot of times, the different shells and other things that come out of the sea are also very beautiful and unique. Dragonflies are also that way. They're very delicate creatures, but also very strong. And they're very beautiful in their own way. Different than butterflies, but unique in their own way. And so with these three kind of going here together like this, I see kind of a emergence of hidden talents, hidden things that you didn't know you possessed. I'm really, really feeling, I'm surprised the Scorpio symbol is not in your reading, because that's the kind of energy I'm getting, is that things that were buried coming to the surface, things that were underneath coming forward. Beautiful coming forward as well, because a lot of times we have hidden beauty, or there is hidden beauty in some of the things that we've seen or whatever, and we don't realize it's there, and then we kind of dig a little bit, pay attention a little bit, and then there it comes. It's this beautiful thing comes forward. And that's the energy I'm getting from those symbols in the reading, is that some kind of hidden talents, hidden beauty, hidden secretive things, or things that were not known coming to the surface. Okay? So that's something to be on the lookout for in your reading as well. Now, these other cards that we haven't really discussed that much, they're kind of a jumble of different things. They're bravery. They are kind of practical types of things. They are reaching your goals and getting some beautiful things out of it. They are the innocence of childhood, or moving forward from learning certain lessons and so forth. So there's a lot of different little things going on in the cards there. If any of that struck a chord with you, then that was definitely something for you to look into. But that section almost is not very cohesive in itself, and that's unusual, because usually when there's a group of cards, there's kind of a group or a meaning together that they can have. And so that's kind of, I want to see if there's, it's really interesting, because with the Three of Wands, that kind of goes along with See the World. That kind of goes along with, getting out there and doing those kinds of things. The Six of Hearts has to do, I see really beautiful things when I see the Six of Hearts. It's quite often a longingness to go back to our childhood and more simpler things. And you did have a part of your reading that did talk about maybe your upbringing or some other stuff. So maybe re-examining your childhood or childhood beliefs is something to go on with here. So that's quite possible where that is coming from. The Nine of Pentacles to me is being able to pull down the benefits of what you've been working towards and so forth, and that might have to do with reaching these hidden treasures or pulling these hidden treasures out as well. So that could be where that's coming from. The Jack of Spades is kind of the either the page or the Knight of Spades. You think of going out and being a warrior and being knowledgeable and truthful and you know, those kinds of things. And so that also might go along with your seeing the world and so forth. And then we have the Queen of Hearts, which is reaching for the things that you really want to have. The hearts is the cups, and the cups is the sea. And we talked about some of the hidden treasures and other things we can pull forward. And by having the Queen, she's very much the one who has a lot of warmth and compassion, and she's got a lot of intuition, which could be really good. And she's also kind of the healer and the counselor here as well. And that might go along with your foundations that we were talking about earlier. So there's kind of some meanings in those cards there. Now the letters, we have a W, V, and an R. Before I saw the V, and because it was a different type of letter, I saw the word war. I don't know why. I think when I was thinking of you traveling, I was worried about war-torn countries. And I think that was why I gave a warning that if you didn't want to travel because it was too dangerous, you know, that kind of thing. But that was what kind of came to my mind. I don't know why. But those could be initials for you. Those could bring up different words for you when you see them or other things like that. I'll often let you guys work on that on your own. All right, guys. Wow, I not a lot more I think I can say about the charms. I hope there was some messages that were fun for you and interesting and some things that you can act on. I had some fun doing the reading. I've not done these before, and I don't know how many more I will do, but if you did like them, I would love to know it. Or if you hated it, I'd love to know that too as well. Do remember to check out our other videos on the channel. We put out 2 videos a week on YouTube and 1 a week on Patreon. At least 1 a week on Patreon. And then we also am trying to get at least 1 or 2 a week out on TikTok as well. So you can follow us on all those locations. There are links in the description to give you for those. And we'd love to see you at those readings. So may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, reading 3. Welcome to your charms reading. You chose the red ruby type stone here. We'll move that over to the side. You got your charms right here. We're going to pull them out. We're going to get an idea of what messages we might have or what we might say with them. You need to give me a moment or two to kind of organize them here and kind of get an idea of what they say, and then we'll go from there. And so let's see what we got going here. Okay, interesting. Oof. Wow. Interesting. We have the Scorpio. I thought the Scorpio symbol would be in the other second reading because I read some things in there that would make sense. It's interesting it's in yours. I mean, because it wouldn't have to be in any. I had so many charms, you know, left over. All right. Let's see what we've got going here. Well, first of all, we have the number 11. If you do the 5 and the 6 together. And 11 is a very powerful number. It's a spiritual number. Sometimes we see 1111 a lot. You know, that means a lot. It's a very good manifestation number. It's a really good angel number. Usually a lot of very good things are coming to us when, oh, that was a charm for the first reading, I think. Oh. And so forth. So that's something for you to think about. We also have the wheat penny, which I usually see that as being good fortune or abundance, or getting some kind of value for something. Okay. We do have some cards here. We have the Five of Wands, we have the Queen of Spades, we have the Eight of Spades, and then we also have the Ten of Pentacles. Now, I saw some stuff in your reading that we need to talk about a little bit, and some of the cards might go along with some of it. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about it and go forward. First of all, I believe some children are playing a role in this reading, in that either you want children, you've been trying to have children, or you need to guide children. I also believe that some of you may have had trouble. You may have had some miscarriages recently, or some other things like that. That's coming through very strongly for a lot of you. Some misfortune and some other things like that. With the skull and crossbones, I saw maybe some, misfortune or some, bad things happening there. But there was a lot of symbols that had to do with children or having children. And possibly even ones that are not here, that are up in heaven. I did see some symbols like that, like the winged heart here. Okay. We also had the baby and adult swan. We had giving the helping hand. We had follow your heart. We had forever. Some of these things are very much showing. Now, what I'm getting from this reading, first of all, if there's any of you out there that have been experiencing troubles having pregnancies or children, I want to express to you how deeply saddened I am by that, and how I would love to reach out to you with all the warmth and love that I can give you in that situation. I know what that is to go through, and there's just no describing it to anybody. And I just want you to know how much you have people with you and hanging with you with this, okay? But one of the things that I see here with this is that children are very important in your reading, in that I do feel like if you've been wanting to have children, that it will happen, that you need to just keep hoping and wishing and following your dreams and going there. For those of you that already have children or are involved with children in other ways, like teaching or mentoring or other things like that, the message is very important for you as well, in that you need to be the guiding hand, the guiding light, the person that will help the children in your life see their potential and see the good in the world, and what they can go forward in. That's where the lantern comes in here. Okay, so those are very important messages for you guys. Those are ones that have to deal with the children in your life. Spirit is also with you. You have the spirit feather, and you have the 11, which is a very spiritual number. Sometimes things take time. That's what Saturn is representing here a little bit. We also have some sting in the tail a little bit with the scorpion here. And the skull and the crossbones. We do have a little bit of difficulties or other things that you have to kind of overcome and work through at times. Also, Scorpio symbol, or scorpion symbol, is also one of hidden things. It's the 8th house in astrology, which represents hidden things and things buried underground, things not known. If you've ever known somebody with Scorpio strong in their chart, they tend to be seekers and ones that good researchers and good at bringing out the truth and so forth. They're very good things like investigative journalists and insurance agents, dealing with some of those types of things and or working with that kind of stuff. So that shows me that there might be some hidden things or some little bit of dangers to overcome or a little bit of obstacles or some hidden things that will be revealed in time. With Saturn there especially, Saturn is an interesting planet. A lot of times people think of Saturn as being very harsh and very cruel and very mean. But generally, mostly, Saturn is not that. Saturn can bring a lot of good wishes, a lot of things that we want in our lives, but it needs to be on Saturn's terms. You need to work hard. You need to be patient and wait, because sometimes Saturn's very slow. It's a very slow-moving planet, and that's kind of what it represents. So if there's some things in your life that you've been wanting to have or need, especially dealing with the children or so forth, patience is the key, and working at it and not giving up would be very important here. We also have what I see as the sun and moon symbol. It's actually a Bajoran religious symbol from Star Trek, but whenever I use it in the readings, I use it as the sun and the moon. And to me, that is a good, balanced mother, father, because that's what they represent. The moon mother, the sun father. Mother, father type of representations. And so because your reading has so much to do with children and so forth, having both of them strong together in your reading is a good sign. Okay? And it's something to take good there. So that is something that I'm very pleased with. Now, we didn't talk about the cards too much in relation to this yet, but you do have the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is a really, really good happiness, earthly happiness type of symbol, which means that you definitely have that in your reading, and that can be something to have and work forward. So I really like that. The Eight of Spades does show kind of a stuck energy, or a not sure where to go next energy, or kind of a trapped feeling. Many of you might be feeling that right now, or kind of in that not knowing what's next kind of energy, because I do feel that kind of strongly for a lot of you guys. But what's nice is the 8 has ways to get out. There are ways to move forward. There are ways to go forward. You just need to work at it. The 5 of clubs, the 5s are often change. They're also learning. They're also, usually with the clubs especially, is the not the apprenticeship, but the learning the skills that you need to grow up or to be an adult. And because your reading dealt with children so much, and you showing the light and the way and teaching children and some of these other things, I would see that as you being a really good mentor, you being a really good teacher of these things and so forth. And then you also had the Queen of Spades. And the Queen of Spades is kind of an authoritarian figure, just like the King is. Very stoic, very practical, has a lot of knowledge and wisdom, and I see that as kind of representing you as well in this reading. The last thing we have here is a C. That could be an initial. That might bring forth a mind of a word to you. For some reason I thought of the word cat. Don't know why, but there you go. But there's other names or words or other things that might come to mind when you see a letter Another thing that strongly came to mind is like a C grade, um, which is passing. It's average. It's normal. So it could be a good thing, but it also might mean that there's room for improvement as well, as far as getting graded, and so forth. And since we were talking about young people and all, that kind of, almost made sense for the reading, and that's kind of why I said that. All right, guys, I really enjoyed doing the reading today. I hope you had some messages that were useful to you and that you could do something with. Please remember to check out our other videos. We put out 2 videos a week on YouTube, at least 1 video a week on Patreon, and hopefully 1 or 2 a week on TikTok starting soon, in the next week or 2, hopefully. And you can follow us on all those places or check us out with the links in the description. They are down there. And we do look forward to seeing you again, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye.